Hey guys, it's Alicia and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming for you my third trimester update, and yes, I am filming this postpartum because I was super busy in my third try and didn't have the time to sit down and talk through all of the updates with you. So I hope you don't mind that I'm doing it now. So if you're interested to learn more about some of these symptoms, cravings, and must-haves that I needed in my third try, then make sure to keep on watching. If you're not already, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to hit that bell button to be notified every time I upload a new video. Give me a thumbs up so I know you like this type of content. And last but not least, don't forget to follow me on my socials. I'm super active on Instagram and post pretty much every single day. So if you want more regular updates, then make sure to follow me there. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. If you've watched some of my other trimester updates, then you know that I will be referencing my phone where I have all of my notes on here to share with you on my third trimester update. So I'm just going to go ahead and read through everything and let you know what I was going through. So the first day of my 28 weeks, I was starting to feel stronger kicks from Lila at night, and it was an indicator for me that maybe baby girl will be super active at night. And now in postpartum, I can say that baby Lila is actually really good and sleeps through the night. So if your baby is super active at night now, do not fear. Hopefully they will be good sleepers. Baby girl is not colicky and she just sleeps really well through the night. She only ever wakes up if we wake her up to feed her. If your baby is active at night, like how I was starting to feel in the very early stages of my third try, fear not. I don't think it's an indicator that baby will be super active at night when they do come out. In the beginning part of my third trimester, I was starting to become more comfortable sleeping at night. I had a lot of pillows supporting my back and my side, so that way I can actually sleep on my side without rolling on my back. If you recall, I am more of a back sleeper, so sleeping on my side was pretty difficult. There were multiple times where I would wake up and sleep on my back, so I really wanted to make sure I had enough support on my back with pillows so I wouldn't roll over, and it felt nice to finally be able to sleep through the night. At 31 weeks, I was still experiencing lots of leg cramps and my hips started to hurt. I think this starts to happen because your body is getting ready for labor and delivery, and I really had to make light and small movements when getting out of bed to make sure I wouldn't cramp up, pull a muscle, or anything like that. So if you're in your third trimester, make sure to be super intentional about each movement you make so you don't end up hurting yourself. At 32 weeks, I was starting to notice I was getting harder to breathe when I would lay down to go to bed, and especially if I laid on my left side. So I really had to take my time, and each time I laid down, I think it took me about 5 seconds to regulate my breathing. I don't know if any of you dealt with that. If you did, please let me know down below, but that was super annoying just because I felt like I couldn't breathe. It was horrible, and also the side that I was sleeping on was affecting my breathing as well, so I had to sleep on my right side just to make sure I could breathe properly when I was sleeping. At 35 weeks, I was taking lots and lots of trips to the bathroom because baby girl was dropping lower and lower. Just know that as you get closer to your due date, the bathroom trips at night do not stop. They continue to go because baby is dropping so low that they're basically on your bladder. At 36 weeks, I started to notice stretch marks on my belly. Prior to that, I was taking really good care of my skin, lathering on all of the body oils and lotions. I feel like no matter how much you prepare to not have stretch marks, if they run in your family, if it's a genetic thing, then you will most likely get them. My mom has stretch marks from all of her pregnancies, so I was expecting them, but I was hopeful because up to this point I wasn't seeing anything, and I think when I did start seeing them, it made me a little sad, but I got my mom stripes, so I will try to embrace them. And I will say that it took a little bit for me to feel comfortable in them, but once I really embraced them, it made me feel better knowing that my body was able to grow this amazing human inside of me. So for all of my mamas out there dealing with stretch marks and having a hard time accepting it, know that you're not alone. It takes time, and it's okay to cry and grieve and know that your body is changing, but also embrace that this body that you have was able to create life and a beautiful baby that you will soon get to enjoy. At 37 weeks, I was feeling a lot of pressure down there, and I was also getting some Braxton Hicks. And when I went into my appointment, I also found out that I was 1.5 centimeters dilated. That made me excited, but at the same time, I didn't want to get my hopes up, because you could technically be like 1 to 2 centimeters dilated for weeks. So I just was happy to learn that I was making progress and things were moving along, but I didn't know how long it would take until baby girl would be here. Just be mindful of that. If you are dilated, just know that it could either progress really quickly or it could potentially last a little bit longer. In my case, I actually didn't go into labor until 39 weeks, so I stayed about that 1 and 1.5 centimeters dilated for 2 weeks before I delivered baby girl. At 38 weeks, I was feeling more pressure down there and it would hurt to walk. I also got more stretch marks and my belly dropped a lot more. It was crazy to see that. I took a lot of photos, so I was able to compare before and afters of how my belly looked. So even if you're not taking pictures and posting it on social media, I highly recommend capturing these memories for yourself so you can look back on them, because pregnancy is such a beautiful thing. It's so fleeting. It literally comes and goes so fast. The 9 months just fly by. I can't believe that with me filming this now, baby girl is already here, and I'm looking at these notes and I'm like, how was this just like weeks ago? I don't understand. It's so crazy. So make sure to enjoy the moments, take lots of photos. Moving on into cravings, I feel like in my 3rd trimester, I was just really craving healthy foods and cereal. Cereal was pretty much my go-to. I transitioned from Cinnamon Toast Crunch to Honey Bunches of Oats and Special K. So again, going more into that healthy realm. I tried to wean off the bakery items and pastries in this phase because I was eating a lot of it in the beginning, and towards the end, I knew that I wanted to jump on a healthier journey with my eating habits. So I kind of weaned off some of those bad carby foods and tried to incorporate more healthy meals. Again, lots of cereal, lots of healthy breakfasts, and lots of fruits, again, to help with that constipation. Other than that, no other major cravings. I thought that I was going to have more, but I felt like everything that I wanted to eat, I pretty much had control over. It wasn't as bad as my first try, where I felt like if I saw a picture of something, I needed to have it immediately. In my 3rd try, I was able to really regulate exactly what I wanted to eat. And last but not least, I just had a few must-haves that I wanted to share with you for my 3rd trimester. The first one is no strips. As you recall, I was having a really hard time breathing at night. My nose was getting congested, and after talking to a lot of my friends who had been pregnant before, that was something they dealt with too. And I was just like, why do people not talk about this? Why don't people talk about being congested when they're pregnant? And I'm not one to be super congested. I don't have allergies. A lot of my siblings do, so I never had to deal with that before. I only ever had a congested nose if I was sick, but I never had to deal with that. So I started wearing nose strips, and that was a lifesaver. And I will say that after pregnancy, after having Lila, I had no problem with being congested. It was just like all of that went away. But in your 3rd try, if you're having a hard time breathing, make sure to try out nose strips. I used the Breathe Right Strong strips, and they worked wonders, and highly recommend them. The second must-have item that I highly recommend for 3rd try is a car seatbelt extender. This is so crucial if you're planning to drive during your 3rd try. I did a lot of errands and running around trying to enjoy the last bit of my freedom before a little baby arrives, and all of my time is focused on my baby, and with a growing belly, it can be super uncomfortable with that seatbelt strapped around your belly. So what this extender does, it allows you to extend that seatbelt down below by your legs, so it's not squishing your stomach, but still gives you that support and safety that a seatbelt does. So I highly recommend getting it. I literally saw it from a Facebook ad, and I told my husband I wanted it for Christmas, and he got it for me a while back, and I love it so much. So I will be keeping that for my future pregnancies if we have more babies, which we want to, because it literally was so helpful with a growing belly, especially in your third try. And last but not least, if you are pregnant in the summertime or even in the winter time, get yourself a fan or an AC unit if you don't have one, because it gets so hot. In Minnesota, it was super hot. I think I was pregnant during the heat wave in Minnesota, so it was like literally 90s, 100 for like a whole week, if not more, and it was miserable. I was literally dying. It was so hot. In addition to the AC being on, I needed to sleep with a fan, and that helped tremendously. So whether it be a handheld fan that you hold with you as you go places, or just an extra fan for you to sleep with at night so you are comfortable, I highly recommend that. Alright, well that is it for my third trimester update. I know it was a really quick video, but wanted to come on here to wrap up this entire series. It's been so much fun to share this entire journey with you. I hope you've enjoyed it and that these videos were helpful for you if you are going through pregnancy. I enjoyed filming every single one of it for you, so make sure to stay tuned because I have my labor and delivery video coming soon after this, as well as my vlogs. I was able to vlog the whole process, so I'm so excited to share that with you. Again, if you're not following me on social media, you can check out my links down below. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and with that, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!